Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is day 10 of the push to top 100. And in this video today, I'm going to be spilling the secrets for defending in high legends. Make sure you stay tuned until the end because I'm going to be sharing two of my original legends builds. These are completely built from scratch by me, not tweaked, nothing like that. And one of them is a really popular base. It got shared around a lot in the Legends Discord servers and whatnot, but it's my base from last season. And another one is one that I built this season, and nobody has it. So you guys are the first people to get access to this base. That being said, however, the truth about defending in Legend League is that you can't. Last night I reset in the top 300 in the world. And unfortunately, I took 310 on defense. Yesterday, I had a better defensive day with minus 297, but it's still not great. Ultimately, the secret to defending in Legends is having a strong offense. So in this video, I'm going to be going over all of my attacks once again, using this Root Rider army here, and I'm going to show you how to have a consistent offensive day to be able to take advantage of any defenses that you get. So let's get right into it. All right, this base right here, really popular base. I think it's tweaked a little bit here, but the approach that I'm going to take is probably going to be pretty similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my RC on this side and form kind of a funnel for my Root Riders. I'm experimenting with the Clash of Clans sound effects today. I actually haven't used sound effects in the game for probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. But let me know if you guys like this. I'm putting it at like a pretty quiet volume so it's not too overwhelming for you guys. But I've been getting copyright striked on all of my NCS music that I put on the background. So I figured I'm just gonna, do my own thing, not just do commentary and not have any songs in the background. Let me know if you guys like this style in the comments below. And yeah. Starting my Root Riders on this side, and I'm going to push my king into this compartment. I'm going to funnel him in with that super barb there, and I'll rage up the troops as they enter at the beginning. Or the start, I guess the entry of the base here. Then as everything goes in the base, I'll probably pop my Warden ability around now since the Rage Tower is going off. Rage up everything in the middle here, and then I'm going to overgrowth this back end once the Eternal Tome wears off. So right there, going to overgrowth that just to keep everything alive. Use my RC ability in the core. And then I'll use the super barbs here to tank for my queen and support the back end. Nice. I still have 3 spells here, so I'm going to use those once the overgrowth reactivates. And I'll just make sure to keep my RC alive so she can take out those inside compartments there. Gonna start with the invises because I just want to make sure everything stays alive. Gonna freeze that compartment right there. Yeah, this looks like a good triple to start off the day, so that's nice. Unfortunately, today, in order for us to go positive, we'll have to go perfect. But for the past few days, other than one attack, I've gone perfect. So hopefully we can keep that streak up today and continue to climb. Nice. All right, next base here. It's Synthé. He attacked me earlier today as well, so I guess time to get revenge. What I'm going to do is, this compartment with the Town Hall here, I can send my heroes for, so I want my roots to deal with this other side. I'm going to put my RC right here and just push her into the monolith. So let's see where she decides to go. She's going for this wizard tower here. I don't know what the fox is doing. That's kind of annoying, but that's all right. Pushing her into this monolith because the monolith sticks out on this side. And once that monolith gets taken out, then the funnel will be really, really clear for my Root Riders. And I'm just going to pick up my RC now because I don't need any more value on that side. Then I'll use my queen here, and I'll use my king here and wall break him into this town hall compartment. Then ice golem, root riders, healers, everything in on this side. And as soon as this freeze ability wears off, I'm gonna rage everything up there, especially the healers, to keep all of those troops alive over there. Delaying the troop launcher until the balloon dies. Now as everything enters the core, rage and eternal tome ability. Use the king ability to open up all those walls and destroy the town hall quickly. And then once the rage tower goes off, I'm going to overgrowth this back end. And I saw a comment from one of my friends yesterday suggesting that I don't overgrowth the, what is that called? The fire spitter. And that's a really good tip there because the fire spitter is facing the opposite direction. So if I take it out early, then nothing will damage my troops. So that's good. Nice. This is looking good. Still have 2 spells here to support. Gonna freeze up this stuff on the back end here. Make sure my root riders and the yetis and stuff coming out will be able to take out that back end. And I still have my queen, still have the giant. Just gonna invis this again and make sure the back end gets taken out. Nice. This looks like another triple. There's a corner Tesla here. He's really hiding it with all these decorations. This is kind of OP. I can't lie. Alright, this base here. Usually on these bases, what I'll do is I'm going to enter into the town hall so I avoid hitting these 2 fire spitters. And then I can probably overgrowth all 3 of these multis maybe, or 2 of them just on the back end to get rid of that damage. So I'm going to start with my RC walk on the left side because it's less likely to be trapped here. Hopefully I'm right about that. It's a Tesla there, but should be alright. I want her to go for the fire spitter. So I'm going to push her back in that direction. Hopefully she goes for it. Oh, I might need to invis her again just to keep her alive there. Honestly, that's all the funneling I need. I'm just going to use this last one, hopefully, to take out the poison tower and that cannon, maybe. Just going to use the last invis here to take out that poison tower so I don't have to deal with it on my entry. Nice, that's good. And then I'll use my heroes on this side to funnel this side and push my troops kind of inside of the base where I want them to go, like straight into the town hall here. So now ice golem, root riders in, healers, everything else in this direction. Gonna use a headhunter to support my king there. Ooh. And since there's some black mines here, I'm gonna use the troop launcher early just to make sure that everything gets taken out. King ability goes off, and everything's entering into this town hall compartment, which is good. I'm delaying my warden ability because they're not under a lot of fire right now. Raging it up. Then as soon as this rage tower compartment goes off, then I'll use my warden ability just to make sure that everything stays alive. So warden ability now. Everything entering into the middle. Actually, it looks like what I'll do is I'll use the overgrowth to make sure that all of my troops stay together in this core area here. And then I'll use these super barbs in the back end to support instead. Nice. This is looking really good right now. Still have so many troops alive. Start with the cleanup a little bit here. And I still have 1 freeze and my queen ability to for the back end. So that's looking good. Gonna use the last freeze spell to support my RC. Let's see where I can use that. Maybe this compartment right here. Yeah, that's probably a good area with the expo and the fat cannon. And the queen, actually. She'll probably step up here, so I can freeze her as well, just to take off all of the damage there. Yeah, I'll freeze that, because that's a lot of damage right there. Then I'll use my queen ability just to spawn the giant, but we don't really need that. Nice, another triple here. Alright, next base right here. This looks like a pretty tough base, to be honest. Because the core is super empty. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take out one of these corner compartments, either the top or the bottom. And I'll push my roots into the other direction, and I can end on the town hall overgrowthing whatever to funnel. So I'm going to start my RC right here. And I want her, right after she takes out this mortar, maybe she'll go for the multi-archer tower. Yeah, she will. That's not great for us, actually. And there's a Tesla here. Okay, no, it's fine. She's heading back in. That's great. That's great. That's what we want from her. She's going to take out this fire spitter, which is really nice. And the funnel here should be pretty set. I'll let her take out this air sweeper and builder's hut as well. Maybe I can just let her take out this scatter shot and the poison tower as well. If she can get that, that's really, really good value for us. I'm going to see if I can push her into the poison tower because that's really good value on the back end. Perfect. That is such good value. Okay, now I'm starting my queen here because that's a single building. I can use it very easily to funnel my king inside. Then I'll use the rest of my root riders here. Root riders are pretty quick, so you guys don't have to worry too much about time. Should be pretty crushed as long as the power is enough. Gonna use my king ability really early. Hopefully take out the poison tower. No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. That's alright though. That's alright. Gonna use a rage here as they enter into this core compartment. And then I'll use my warden ability when everything converges in the middle here. So use my warden ability now. Still the overgrowth, and I'm going to use the overgrowth on this, even though it's not a lot of value, just to make sure all my root riders pass to the top, and that way they meet up with the my other heroes as well on the back end. I'm going to save these super barbs. Some people tell me that they've been, or have been telling me that they are running into time issues, but to be honest, I feel like that's just that they're probably using their super barbs too early in the attack. Super barbs are used primarily on the back end just for cleanup and to share the damage between the root riders and your troops as well. I'm going to start those super barbs on the back end right there. And yeah, this base is absolutely crushed. I think that the initial RC walk just got us so much value right there. And look at how many troops are alive here. This is crazy. This is the strongest attack in the game by far. All right, next base here. I've hit this base before. This is an event base, and last time I hit it incorrectly, but now I think I know the right way to approach this. This is similar to the other double rage bases, where I can access this town hall with my king and queen. So all I need is just to funnel out some of these buildings on this side. Then I can push my root riders into the cannon, and hopefully that should be enough to take out the base here. And what I'll do is I'll overgrowth the back end rage tower. Looking good so far. I've mentioned this in some of the videos, but make sure you use the timer on the top to get your invis timings correct. So that is 7-3, or sorry, just 7. When the timer hits 7, then you place an invis. Use my queen here, ice golem, king here, and I want my king to walk up. Perfect, that's what we're looking for here. Using the wall break to open this compartment. Ooh, my queen is getting targeted early, which really isn't great for us, but what can you do about that? Unfortunate. It's alright though, the giant will come in and tank for everything. I'll rage everything up early since we're entering into a large damage area. Then I'll use the Eternal Tome here. Queen and King ability here just to open up all that stuff and just destroy that side early. Gonna invis everything in the core. Nice, this is looking really good. Then I'll overgrowth this back end rage tower to get rid of the effects of that. And then I'll support this back end with super barbs. Yeah, this base is absolutely crushed. Yeah, this is... Last time I made a mistake on this base, but now we know. Now we know. This is definitely the way to hit this base. Honestly, I can probably swag the spells, but every time I swag spells, it ends up backfiring for me because there's just no need to flex on people that hard. I don't know, maybe, I think it's just that when I swag spells, I get a little bit too overconfident, and that leads to problems in the next hit, because I'm like, oh, this is an easy base. And I make mistakes when that happens. This is a really strange base. Honestly, I would not expect to see this in High Legends. I don't know. This looks like a really, really easy base for us. Because we can just deal with this Invis tower very easily by just ignoring it. We can overgrowth the back compartment. And since these two fire spitters are offset, I want to enter into one of the fire spitters instead of two. So what I'll do is I'm going to start my RC. I'm going to start her on this compartment here. Just make her walk down to this single. Maybe she can even take out the monolith here. Okay, the Tesla's kind of annoying. She's probably gonna walk up. Maybe I think she'll still go down for the expo though. Yeah, okay, that's nice. So Tesla didn't really do anything there. I think this guy has to do some retrapping to be honest. Okay, there's another Tesla here. That's fine. It's not a big deal for us. And what we can do here is I'm gonna use an invis here to redirect my RC into the monolith. Unfortunately, she's targeting this minion prince, which is fine. Now we can make her target the monolith, make sure the pathing is super set, and take out a big value defense there. Now I'm using a baby drag to funnel. Ice Golem, Queen, King on the outside. Then the rest of my Root Riders here. I'm going to use one Super Barb just to get rid of that. And yeah, this is looking good so far. What I'm probably going to do is just overgrowth this compartment right there as my troops enter into that. Just to keep my troops really stuck together. We don't like when our Root Riders split up, and that's a good way. I'm going to use my King ability here just to open up everything. And as my troops enter into this core, I'll use my Warden ability right about now. Looking good, looking good. I'll overgrowth this right here, pushing everything back into the same direction. Nice. Ooh, it's a lot of damage over here. Maybe I'll freeze the Town Hall. Gonna rage up this compartment, since there's all my Valkyries and stuff on that side. And yeah, this is looking really crushed right now. I was a little bit scared when my Queen walked up so far and took a lot of damage, but she ended up taking the Town Hall, so that's all we needed. This base is absolutely crushed. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I don't know. This is not a great base. These, usually, the Invis bases that work have a lot of big value defenses in them. And if it's just the Town Hall, then you can just ignore it and it's not really a big deal. Maybe it is for dragons, but not for roots. Alright, this base here. Honestly, I've never seen this one before. Actually, no, I think I have, but it's not a very common base. To be honest, this Town Hall compartment is hard if you're running Snake Bracelet, but not for Earthquake Boots. So I'm gonna overgrowth these two Fire Spitters on the back end. And I can send my heroes in for the Town Hall compartment. So I'm gonna funnel all my roots into this monolith area here. Okay, using the invis here. Hopefully she paths down. I kind of want her to take this Inferno Tower and spell tower area. Alright, she's going up. That's not great for us because we kind of wanted to enter our roots from this area. But it's not the end of the world. Alright, I'm going to pick her up right now because she's taking a lot of damage. Baby drag to funnel here. Queen, Ice Golem, King here, and a Wall Breaker just to break them all in on that side. Using the Valkyries here early to start the funnel. Ice Golem, and everything else in right here. Nice. King's taking a lot of damage, but hopefully he steps up. Using the King ability, open up all those walls. Oh, nice. He takes out the Poison Tower early as well. That's perfect for us. And then I'll use my Warden ability as everything enters into this big damage area on the back end here. I said I was going to use it on the two Fire Spitters, but I'm probably going to use it on just this one Fire Spitter, because the other one's not even hitting us. And also, it gets rid of this stuff, so all my roots enter back into the same area as my other heroes on that side. Gonna support that side with the Super Barbs. Put some archers here to clean up. Yeah, this is looking like another crushed base. Still have 3 spells to use in the back end, so we'll see how to use those. Gonna use this to take out the bomb tower, and I'll clean up a little bit more with that archer there. Nice, I still have my Queen ability, so she'll step up. You know, I'll freeze probably this compartment here with the Minion Prince and the 2 defenses there. Freeze that. Queen ability now. Gonna invis that. I mean, I don't really need this. This base is already done. I mean, nice. We just gotta make sure we don't choke this last attack, and we'll go positive on the day. I'm actually quite liking the sound effects. All right, last base here. I hit this base a million times a day, I feel like. Okay, that's perfect for us because we know exactly how to hit this. I know this bottom side's trapped, but I just enter here every time since I know that it works. I want to pull the tornado trap early if it's here. Sometimes it's here, but it doesn't matter too much for us. Teslas are not a big deal for RC walks. We can just invis over them and it just doesn't do anything. Let's see if I can get one more Fox cycle. Perfect. Fox is gonna die, but that's alright. We just need this Inferno Tower, maybe the air defense to go down here. Let's see, hopefully the air defense goes down. Then once the air defense goes down, the funnel is set for our route. So just gonna pick her up right there. Queen here, king here with the ice golem. Opening up that compartment, and we're gonna use this baby drag and maybe a super barb to funnel that side. We want our king to walk in and open up that compartment, triggering the poison tower early. Let's see if we could do that. Looks like he's going a little bit off, but that's fine. Gonna open up this whole compartment here. Wow, spiky ball goes completely not where I expected, but that's alright. Using the Eternal Tome as everything enters into this core compartment. Then I'll overgrowth this back end right here to keep my troops walking all in the same direction. Then I'll rage this up and use my RC ability in the core. And then I'll use the super barbs on this side to just take everything out. And if you guys have watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I've literally hit this base the exact same way, maybe 3 or 4 times in the last, like, I don't know, last day or two. It's a really, really common base, but it's pretty easy for root riders as long as you do this approach. And that's one thing that I, really preach a lot, which is when you see a base, you need to do whatever you can to remember the traps, to remember the approach that you took on it, so you don't have to, reinvent the wheel every time you attack the same base. Because theoretically, if you attack a base once and you absolutely crush it, then you should just attack it that same way every single time you hit it. So it really pays dividends to remember how to hit bases once you've tripled them once. So this is really nice, 320 day, and it just goes to show that defense, yes, it is a lot of luck and it does matter, but ultimately what matters in Legends is your attacking consistency. Yeah, nice. Right now we're in the top 1,000, but that's because we only went plus 10 today. And also, we still have around 3 hours in Legends, so I'll probably push up a lot because most people haven't taken all their defenses yet. All right, this base is the first base that I'm going to show you guys. I built this base last season, and it really blew up on Twitter and on SCS, which is a Discord server that shares, popular bases. The idea with this base is the super isolated town hall. So the reason this base works is because when the town hall is so isolated, there's a really tight ring of defenses around the outside that pull all of the root riders along, and none of the root riders will open up these compartments into the town hall. Also, if you'll notice, on these Inferno Tower compartments, there's one space behind the Inferno Tower and in between where the wall ends. And what that does is when the root riders path, let's say from this fire spitter here to the Inferno Tower and then to the Expo, it doesn't open up this wall compartment here. And that means that the town hall with this range here will keep firing down on all the troops, and it makes it really hard for you to overwhelm the base when there's always the poison and lava effect coming from the town hall. So yeah, this is a base, very popular base from last season, but I'm sure if you run it in, as long as you're not in like the top 1,000, this base should still really defend well for you guys. And next base here, this is a base that I built this season, and it worked really, really well for me in the early Legend season. Honestly, it probably still works well now, but I've been experimenting with testing lots of different other bases because I need to find a base that will work for me to get into the top 100. So the idea with this space is the exact same, where the Town Hall is super isolated. This is definitely the defining feature of Town Hall 17, because the range of Town Hall 17s are much, much higher than Town Hall 16. That's really what the difference is with this Town Hall. And on this base, the feature that I added, or that I'm trying to make difficult for attackers, is that there is a, let's put it in scout mode, there's a gap right here, the dead space between the outside layer of defenses and the key defense ring right here. Has the same feature with the Inferno Towers, and also the Poison Tower compartment is opposite of the Fire Spitters, because usually when people approach bases, they look at where the Fire Spitters are pointing, and they want to enter in behind the Fire Spitters. So on these bases, if you have the Poison Towers on the opposite side of the Fire Spitters, then people will enter in opposite of the Fire Spitters. They'll use their Eternal Tome as the troops enter into the middle, and then they have to deal with 2 Fire Spitters on the back end, as well as, let's say, the Monolith, the 2 Scatter Shots, multi-Archer Towers on the back end. This is all really, really dangerous stuff for enemy troops. And yeah, let's take a look at the traps. Usually people want to enter in, like I mentioned, behind the 2 Fire Spitters. So they'll try and enter from this top compartment here with the Root Riders. And so that's why I trapped these 2 side compartments here with the Teslas and the Giant Bombs, just to take out the Fox and to mess up the RC pathing. So maybe they can't take out this Inferno Tower, and that'll make the pathing really hard for the Roots. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you guys next time.